Hey everyone, what's going on? It's me, Zach. It's been a while. It feels like a long time. I keep taking these breaks, and it's like I don't feel like doing videos, and then wait a few weeks, and then I go back into videos, and I'm like I'm not used to doing this, and it's a very weird experience, but we're gonna power through it. I want to talk about New Year, New Me. Of course, is the age old mantra. Of course, you want to go into a new year. You want to change all the things that are wrong about you. And of course, you're always so sure that it's going to happen. And in the past, I've always been, New Year's resolutions, I've always been like, that's stupid. Get that out of here. Of course, though, since then, I've come into an adoption of a little boy pig, Klaus, who I've grown particularly fond of. And he's changed my outlook on life, and for the better. I think I'm here to say I have some New Year's resolutions. And last year I kind of had New Year's resolutions actually, and they were pretty funny, considering my resolution was to watch as much films and television and play as many games as possible because I'm just so passionate about all those things. I honestly wanted to, consume as much of it as possible, because I feel like there's so much out there that I don't get to experience, and I love it so much, and I'll never have a shortage of it. So if I can take in as much as possible, but appreciate it at the same time, that's what I want to go for. And going into this new year, 2019, that's still one of my goals. I still want to keep consuming that. So obviously, my mindset hasn't changed that much. I still love those things, and I do feel like it was a good decision to move into like watching more, playing more, just because I love it that much. And that being said, I didn't even play that many video games, all things considered. It's not like I was spending hours a day playing video games and whatnot. It's just ultimately, I realize I have a schedule, and I'm not going to just like say, no, I need to play more games, I need to watch more stuff, so I'm going to stop that. It's pretty much just when I have the time, try to spend it on that if I can. It's not like the most imperative New Year's resolution, but that's one thing. And going into the new year, 2019, will be pretty interesting for me because it'll actually be my first year in about 16 years that will not have any sort of schooling, and it's pretty crazy. It kind of was unceremonious. I didn't talk about it too much, but this past December here, I finished all my classes, and I will be graduating some point 2019. I guess May-ish is when they'll have an actual ceremony because I'm finishing a semester early based on college level courses I took in high school that let me do that. But it was more unceremonious. I didn't mention it at all on social media only because I was considering going for another semester for another class I wanted to take. But ended up, I'm not really going to be able to do that just based on scheduling things. So I'm like, all right, that's it. I'll do it. And with that comes me trying to move towards the next stage, of course. I have a lot of regrets throughout all my years of schooling. And honestly, one of the things I should mention here, video-wise, I'd like to do, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. As I was been moving towards graduation, I've been thinking about this. I'm like, I've put in so much of my life, the large majority of my life at this point, into school, education, the education system. And it's just like this system you're put in at a young age and you're just kind of expected to follow. But then I did pursue that into college, which was my choice. So I feel like it would be a disservice to just drop it like that. And I don't think there's anything out there like this idea I have, that I haven't seen anyone do anything like it, and it's kind of like a comprehensive look at my education and my experience in the public education system. And the way I would kind of want to do it is kind of work through each stage, like do a video talking about my primary school experience, then elementary school, middle school, high school, college, just like that. And I don't know if they'd be broken into multiple parts or whatnot. And obviously, things like primary school, I'm not going to have, like, immediate most memories of. But at the same time, that's kind of why I'd like to do a video series like that, is so I can kind of capture those moments while I still have some recollection of them. Because easily I'll forget a lot of primary school stuff in a few years. And even in high school and college, some of the more important memories I'd like to keep. I think it'd be a nice time capsule to put in video form so I could look back on it and, talk about my regrets, some highs and some lows. I've had a lot of them throughout my time, so maybe they'll be beneficial to some people to hear about some big regrets. And it would kind of be framed around it wouldn't be talking about my home life when I go home, what that's like and all that. It would be focused much more on what's happening at school and everything involved with that. How it's influenced me and changed me, what I would do differently. Because a lot of people like to say, live life with no regrets. But I am not that person. I live life with probably too many regrets. But at the same time, I do think regrets are important in order to improve yourself. And, you don't want history to repeat itself. So if you can look back, I can look back and see some good moments for sure. But there are a lot of things that, like, if I had done these things a little bit differently, my life would have been changed entirely for the better. And I really believe that. And maybe they'll be beneficial to people to watch. Who knows? But either way, I'd like to do it for myself at the very least. And speaking of videos, I'd like to do a more consistent schedule and be more consistent in general. I'm proud of where I've come, how far I've come in terms of from about 2009 to 2014, I did videos off and on here and there, and my problem was always consistency. I would be like, I'm going to do videos now. I'd do an update video talking about it. And then I'd start, and then I'd fall off quickly. I'm like, I just don't feel like it. And then 2015 came when I entered college, which, is a big piece of why I think I was able to accomplish what I did. When I entered college, I had a lot of free time on my hands in my dorm room. That's when I started doing videos daily, and I'd never done anything close to that much consistency. And I did that really consistently for that whole year and much of 2016. And 2017 is when I had a schedule going, actually, for a bit. And for that short time, I really enjoyed my time making videos. Like, I always enjoy them, but if you can get yourself to buckle down and do them on a consistent basis like I did, like I had specific series that would be one day a week, like the Pentatonics tournament was going on at the time, I believe, if I'm getting my years right. I had things like the Pentatonics tournament. I was doing a video game series talking about video games I was playing through called Book of Backlog. I was doing these other reviews, these other things I was trying out, and they'd each have an allotted slot each day of the week. And I'd like to do something like that, but at the same time make it more loose in terms of maybe have one series that's one day a week. Maybe you have one day designated to doing a review of something, and then the other days could be set for whatever I want to do, whatever reactions or whatever videos I'm feeling like doing at the time. And then maybe actually have one day set for a random request. But, that's the problem too. I mentioned this on Twitter. I would just wish I had more days in the week because I have so many things I'd like to designate a day of the week for. But by the time I'm looking at it and planning it out, I'm like, man, I have no days left to do something new. It's like, I gotta do something here though. But that's why consistency is gonna be key for me. I'd like to work on that. And maybe some more website stuff as well. ZachArcher.net. I just kind of wanted, when I made that website, I wanted to dabble more in this kind of thing, writing in addition to my video making, because it's just another creative outlet, basically. And even if people don't read it, it's still something I can do for myself, and I can advertise my website and people go on it and see what I'm all about. So I'd like to develop my website a bit more too. If I can get more money to invest in it, in terms of like, I have the cheapest paid one at the moment. It's like only a few dollars a month. But if I wanted to do something like hosting all my videos on there, like putting them all so I have backups of them there, that's something I'd like to do. But I really need like unlimited storage space in order to do that, which would be a much more expensive monthly fee. So it's really I need financial stability before that. I don't know if that's something I'll achieve in 2019, but that'd be nice. In terms of that, it comes to more of the real life stuff. I have video making, which is one significant element of my life, of course, but just life in general. I'd like to have a more healthy living situation. So, it's a cliche thing, but exercise is something I want to do. I want to lose weight. I'm in a unique position to where I can actually look at myself now, January 8th, 2019, and I can go back and look at myself as early as 2014, 2013, and you can see my weight changing. And then I can look back even a year or two from now, and you can see a change. And I'm like, I weigh a little too much, a little bit on the thick side. And I appreciate some thickness now and again, but a little too thick right now. And that could change, and I'm in a unique position where I can look and objectively see I was in a healthier position here than I am now, and it's pretty crazy that I can do that, but it's cool. So I want to. Already started. I want to eat healthier. So basically, what I found myself, especially through college, going to class a few days a week, consistently for a while. And even after that, I found myself eating too much fast food because, it was right there and I didn't have anything with me. And it's just one of those things I got hooked on. And not only was it unhealthy, but it was spending a lot of money doing it. So if I can cut both of those things, it'll help me a lot in the long run. So I'm being realistic here. So I basically said 1 day a week is my cutoff point for fast food or eating out, whatever. And the exception being social situations to where if I'm actually hanging out with people and want to eat something out, I'm not going to abstain from it. It's just exception because I know I don't have near as much social interactions as I should, so I know that's not going to be very common anyway. But that's just the exception to the rule. But generally, I want to abide by the 1 day a week rule. Whether it be pizza, eating out, anything. That would help significantly. Because I lost 30, 40 pounds, something like that, from back in the day, a couple years ago when I needed to lose weight, and then I got down to a pretty healthy weight, and now I'm back up again. But I lost a significant weight just from switching from drinking a lot of juices. Never drank soda, but switching from juices, stuff like that, to just water. That solved a lot. And now I drink primarily water, which is something I never would have seen myself doing years ago because I drank a lot of iced tea and things like that. And that's just what it was based on. And then I moved into, the doctor basically said I could use water with water flavorings would be fine. And even now, I have water flavorings, but I find myself not using them as much. I'm fine with just pure water, which is great. That's good. That's a good change. And that, but here I am, and I'm drinking water, and it's not going to be as simple as just switching to water now to lose weight. So I have an exercise bike that I got recently. That would be nice to use that consistently. I've been thinking maybe keeping some sort of exercise log and or a food consumption log, so tracking calories and stuff like that, because I'm the kind of person who likes making lists and logging things. I've been logging for the past 2 years, all the movies, games, and TV. Every time I watch or play something, I'm logging it. It's just something I like to do, and it keeps you more consistent, I think, and makes me more conscious of it. So I might do something like that. But I have the exercise bike. Maybe go out and play basketball, whatever, random outside activity. The problem is I don't have a lot of... used to always have my best friend around back in my high school days. And that's why I was more healthier then. I still wasn't healthy in terms of muscle. I need muscle. But at least I was consistently outside doing things. And now I just don't have that. It's just I'm chilling inside. That's what I'm doing. So that's a problem. Also, this year, I'd like to, as lame as it sounds, I want to build credit for use credit cards and build credits so I can hopefully get my own house or own apartment at some place. I mean, it's just something it's a the lame things of adult life that I need to, unfortunately, get a handle on. Because without that, I won't really have any credit to stand on. In addition to that, I want to get a new computer once income taxes, all that come in. That's when I'm going to do it. So early on this year, I want to get a new computer. And the reason primarily for that, I've got a functioning laptop, but I want to edit. That's the primary thing I want to do coming out of college, is video editing. And I can't get to the level I want to do. The editing I'm doing right now is much more simple for my videos. So I have been able to deal with it, but I just have stuttering a lot. Like the video just stuttering and breaking up as I'm editing it, and it's just annoying to deal with, and I can't do any complex editing until I have a computer that can handle it. So I want a new computer and then work on editing. And once I build up some sort of resume, a portfolio of things that more complex editing works through that, I want to work towards hopefully getting an internship perhaps this year is what I'm hoping for. I never did it when I was in college. It just never crossed my mind until a little too late, and that was the one thing I wanted to do in addition to my last semester, but then I found out it was a little too late. So I'm going to try to do it independently of college and see how it goes. So that's basically all my New Year's resolutions. I think that's pretty good. And, I have a lot of resolutions, so obviously some of them are not going to be perfectly spot on, which is, counterproductive, but at the same time, giving myself a list of this, I'm not going to get none of it done. Clearly, right? Surely. I'm not going to get none of this list done. So I'll get some things done. So you give yourself a list, you'll get some of them done. That's a great procrastination, things like that. Procrastination is a problem that's haunted me since the beginning of high school, really. Is when it really became a problem. And it's haunted me ever since then. And that's another thing I'm always working towards. But it's something you can't shake. The procrastination lifestyle is something you really can't shake. It's always just a part of your being, and you have to counteract that however you can. If you make a list of more things to accomplish, maybe you'll get some of them, That's how I look at it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you, and more videos to come. Hopefully it'll be a great year for me in life, a great year for you in life, and a great year for my channel in general. Will be great. Thank you.